Blessings, Fierce Butterflies. It's Coach Renee, and I'm back with another video. As always, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share the video. And as always, please feel free to leave me a message below because I would love to hear from you. I briefly want to talk about something very quickly that I've seen time and time again, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that have seen it. I'm sure most of you, some of you have seen it as well. And I also want to say before I get into this video, I want to confess that I'm so guilty. I am. I'm so guilty of it. But I want to talk about it because I want us to get to a place where we change how we treat people. We change how we appreciate people. We change how we support people while they're alive. To see it, to feel it, to enjoy the love, encouragement, and support that we give to them. And of course, I'm thinking about now this rapper Nipsey, who was just gunned down. So sad. Another senseless killing. Another king who now is gone, and now their children and their family member now have to continue to live this life without them there. And it's just so sad. I'm telling you, we really do need to find a resolution to this. The good thing is, I think more people now are really talking about it more and getting fed up with the nonsense of these senseless killings. So I want to say that. But right now I want to talk about something again that we see time and time again, and I just want to talk about it for a moment. But before I get into it, I want to share a quote that I came across, and it's a quote from Anne Frank. And the quote is, "Dead people receive more flowers than the living ones because regret is stronger than gratitude." Think about that for a minute. Dead people receive more flowers than the living ones because regret is stronger than gratitude. Yeah. Yeah. We tend to appreciate people more when they're dead and gone. That's sad. Yeah. Again, we see it time and time again that when a person is gone, we never see that love and support while they're living. But when they're gone, you see the outpouring. And it's not just in a celebrity's life, people who have impacted our lives from afar. We see it with people who impact our lives day to day. And I think one reason that we do that is because we take for granted that they'll always be there. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, I'll see you next week. I'll talk to you. Okay, let's schedule something. Let's get this done by next year. Let's get together soon. Unfortunately, soon never comes for those who have already gone. Soon never came. Again, we take for granted that time that we have, that time that they're in our presence. And instead of us using that opportunity to love on others and to respect others and to support others, we just take for granted that I'll see you again. And then when they're long gone and we're at the funeral or we get the news that they have passed away, oh my God, we have so many regrets. Had I known that was my last time seeing you, I would have done A, I would have done B, I would have said C. I would have done so much more. And so because we have, excuse me, because we have that regret, we think of all the things we could have said and did. All of it. But unfortunately, it's too late. And so I want us to get to a place to search ourselves, to find out and to figure out, how can I change that reaction in me when people are gone? How can I get to a place that when I get the news that someone I know or admire, or someone that has impacted my life, how can, when I get the unfortunate news that they have passed away, how can I put myself in a better place that I can say, I don't have regrets, because when they were in my presence, I loved on them. I supported them. I encouraged them. I didn't take for granted that I would see them again or they were in my presence at that moment. How can we get to a better place? Because again, like the quote says, regret is stronger than gratitude. And that's an unfortunate thing. And that's what this video here is about. I'm sure that we all have our stories where we were talking to someone today, and a few hours later or the next day or the next week, we got a phone call that they were no longer with us. And we just we bust out in tears, and not only crying because they're gone, but we're crying because had I known it was the last time, I would have done things so differently with that person. But I also want to remind us that it's just as in the hour when Jesus will return. No one man knows the time, the day, the hour. We don't know. And because of that, that's why he say, just live your life the best that you can live it now, because we don't know when the day or the hour that we're living. We take for granted that we'll be here next week, next year, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. We take that for granted. We don't know when our last time. It's just so sad to me. I can think about mama. I can think about daddy, sisters, brother, my child. Had I known the last time I spoke with them or the last time I saw them, oh my God, things would have went so differently. I probably would still be holding on to them to this day, not wanting them to leave. Or I would have said things so differently. I would have done things so differently had I known it was the last time. So yet we live in regret. But I want us to get to a place, God wants us to get to a place where we make gratitude stronger than regret. So when we get the call, I can say, oh, I have no regret. I loved on them. I supported them. I encouraged them. I let them know what they meant to me while I was in their presence. Yeah. Sometimes we just need to stop and think. When we do that, we'll learn how to forgive more quickly. You know, sometimes we hold on to things. People hurt us and they say things and they make us feel a certain way. So we hold on to these grudges and we hold on to the things that they've done and said to us. And so when we see them the next time, we giving them a side eye. I don't even want to be bothered with it. Nah. I remember what you said. I remember what you did. And then we get the phone call, or we see it on the news, or we see it on social media that they're gone, and you be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Now I have to live with the last time I saw them, I was mean to them because I wasn't willing to let go of the hurt they caused me. And so now I can't tell them, I forgive you. I love you. I support you. We can't do it. So I just want us to think about that. Ask yourself, how and what can I do to change something in me that I will make gratitude stronger than regret? Because again, fierce butterflies, we don't know when it's the last time. We don't know when we're going to take our last breath. We don't know when our loved ones or our friends or our associates or our haters will take the last breath. We don't know. So again, I want us to search ourselves. I know I'm going to search myself because, again, I'm guilty of it. I've had so many, I can't tell you the number of people who they called me on the phone and I saw them calling. Was too busy or was in my own zone or didn't feel like being bothered. Didn't answer the phone, and the next thing you know, I get the news. They're gone. God, how I wish I would have answered that call. Living with regret. So I always say it's not about what we've been through, but it's how we go through it, and it's how we learn from the things that we've gone through. So again, how can I act differently? How can I change and flip the regret and gratefulness, and how I can make being grateful more stronger than regret? That's what I want us to think about today. Yeah. Give people their flowers while they're alive. Show people that you love them while they're alive. Show people that you support them while they're alive. Because when they're gone, you're only living out your regret. I love you, fierce butterflies. Again, I just want us to think about that. And after we think about it, how can we change it? I believe we can. I believe that we have the power to make people who impact our lives, appreciation for them, we have the power to make that stronger. And so that's what I wanted to share with you all. And again, I say it every opportunity I get. Make sure you be good to yourselves and be good to one another, because the truth is, no one knows the day or the hour or the last time we would see each other, hear each other's voice. So, yeah. Make sure you do your part to make gratitude stronger than regret. I love you until my next video. Thank you all for your support. I'm sure that it's a long road ahead, but I'm sure day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second, we have the power to change our lives and the lives that surround us by just being more appreciative of one another, loving one another, showing one another that I love you while you're yet alive. Yeah. My prayers go out to Nipsey's family and friends, those who are truly impacted by his death. My prayers go out to them. But also, my prayers is for us who are yet alive, who have the opportunity to love on one another a little bit harder. Let's do that. Love me while I'm yet here. Appreciate me while I'm yet here. Support me while I'm yet here. That way you'll live with no regret. I love you all, fierce butterflies. Blessings.